Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. Be yourself, everyone else is already taken. The book that the world calls immoral are the books that show the world its own shame. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. To live is the most rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. The truth is really pure and never simple. Yes, I am a dreamer, for a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinion. Their lives are mimicry. Their passions are quotation. Never love anyone who treats you like you are ordinary. You will be always be found of me. I represent to you all the sins you never had the courage to commit. A good friend will always stab you in the front. Anyone who lives within their means suffer from a lack of imagination. I don't want to go to heaven. None of my friends are there. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. I am not young enough to know everything. Experience is merely the name man gave to their mistakes. Is least himself when he talks to his own person. Give him a mask and he will tell you the truth. Hearts are made to be broken. I think God, in creating man, somewhat overestimated his ability. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. Everything in the world is about sex, except sex. Sex is about power. To define is to limit. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. That must be so beautiful, to lie in the soft brown earth with the grass waving around one's head, and listen to silence, to have no yesterday and no tomorrow, to forget time, to forgive life, to be at peace. With freedom, flower, books, and the moon, who could not be perfectly happy? Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, enjoy them, and to dominate them. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. I can resist anything except temptation. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. All women become like their mother. That is their tragedy. No man does, and that is his. Behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Quotation is a serviceable substitute for wit. I have a simplest taste. I am always satisfied with the best. We are each our own devil, and we make this world our hell. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live, it is asking others to live as one wishes to live. I have nothing to declare except my genius. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older, they judge them. Sometimes they forgive them. Anybody can sympathize with the suffering of a friend, but requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. Whenever people argue with me, I always feel I must be wrong. Never marry at all, Dorian. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious. Both are disappointed. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. No good deed goes unpunished. What of art? It is melody, love, an illusion, religion, the fashionable substitute for belief. You are a skeptic? Never. Skepticism is the beginning of faith. What are you? To define is to limit. Love is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. After a good dinner, one can forgive anybody, even one's own relations. Yet each man kills the thing he loves. By each let this be heard. Some do it with a bitter look, some with a flattering words. The coward does it with a kiss, the brave one with a sword. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. The world is a stage and the play is badly cast. To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both look like carelessness. I like men who have a future and women who have a past. Humanity takes itself too seriously. It is world's original sin. If the caveman had known how to laugh, history would have been different. Only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. To get back my youth, I would do anything in the world except take exercise, get up early, or be respectable. Every woman is a rebel. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. A bore is someone who deprives you of solitude without providing you with company. Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. Nowadays, most people die of a sort of creeping common sense and discover when it is too late that the only thing one never regrets are one's mistakes. The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating: people who know absolutely everything and people who know absolutely nothing. The world is changed because you are made of ivory and gold. The curse of your lips rewrite history. I may not agree with you, but I will defend you to the death you write to make an ass of yourself. An idea that is not dangerously is unworthy of being called an idea at all. There is no sin except stupidity. Society often forgives the criminal, it never forgives the dreamer.